Brennick, Cooper Sanchez, Taken Journer, and Annalise Gillespie. I would like to start the evening by introducing our judge tonight. This is Danny Davis. He graduated from K-State with his master's degree and was on the national champion livestock team. Danny and his wife Amanda have 3 daughters. He raises registered Hereford cattle with his family in Maple Hill, Kansas. Besides showing cattle, his 3 girls enjoy showing pigs and goats. He is also an ag instructor in Alma, Kansas. Danny has been asked to judge in 30 states and has judged over 450 livestock shows, including the Fort Worth Stock Show, the American Royal, Keystone International Livestock Exposition, Shorthorn Junior Nationals, and numerous state fairs. Thanks for coming, Danny. Tonight we have 11 breeders represented in our Bred and Fed show, which is a Bred and Fed show representing the breeders from this local county of Laramie County. Tonight we have Charlie Hastings, TC3 Show Stock, CER Boar Goats, 4R, A5 Livestock, Ryan Farrerherm, Rising Sun Boars, Spy Club Lambs and Goats, KLB Boar Goats, Packlanders, and By the Cross Boars.
Check, check. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a good way to start off our born and bred goat show here. And this trio right here is really intriguing and a good way to start off this show. The doe that leads off, guys, is without a doubt kind of the combination of all the goats in this class. She gives you an awesome profile from the side. Really long and extended in her neck. She's wide-based. I like her top line compared to the rest of the class. She meets my hand with more shape and expression, bloom and pop, right behind her shoulders and all the way out to the end and edge of her loin. Just really a fault-free one that has the ESTs in this class. Congratulations to the young lady in the red. The one in second, guys. Congrats, hon. The one in second, man, that's another good-looking one that's big-armed and stands down on a little more foot and bone than the one in third. I question this one as this one, when he travels about the ring, he gets that top up just a little bit too much for me. If we were to relax him on the move, then I think that one could be a contender for first place in this class. But those were the differences between them, just a little too tight in his spine for me. The one in third is another one that's extremely lean and well handling down his top line. For me, he's just a little too fragile at the ground, just a little finer bone, a little smaller footed. But the top side of that skeleton is really good, hon. Congratulations. Nice work. We can go ahead and lead 4 and 5 out and just to kind of take a big loop and walk them out the ring so the crowd can get a good look. We worked this one up, guys. Here's another one that's nice profiling. This one's a little smaller, and if this one grows up to be good and we project this one out at a heavier weight, I think this one has a lot of potential. The parts and pieces are there, that's for sure. Today, he gets just a little slack over his rack. He wants to break behind his shoulders just a little bit, just a little lower fronted for me. But man, the one that's got all the meat and muscle in the world. A nice profiling one there that leaves us. She just doesn't have enough leg and top for me. Here's one that does have a big top and big leg. Just gets a little too chesty for me, a little too out there on all four corners. Want to tuck in that base of that shoulder a little bit. Heighten the top side of that one's shoulder, lengthen that one's neck out. Another one that comes out just wants to need more correct down this one's top line compared to the one's contemporaries in this class. Just a little frailer constructed as well. Wants just to get a little too long in that one's shoulder blade. We like to shorten that blade up just a little bit, tighten that one's chest floor up. Round out the class with a tall shouldered, pretty one that just needs more base width and substance. Congratulations, guys. Good way to start the class.
Okay, for results of Class 1, first place is Aaron Brennick. Second place is Tegan Durner. Third place, Kale Breton. Fourth place is Abby Wiley. Fifth place, Annalise Gillespie. Sixth place, Cooper Sanchez. Seventh place, Aaron Brennick. And eighth place, Kendrick Landers. Coming into the ring, we have Tegan Durner, Lance Winkler, and Juliet Mulhern. Juliet Mulhern, we're waiting for you for Class 2. After Class 2, we have Class 3, Adeline Crowder, Sage Durner, Kale Breton, Reagan Allen, Callie Rosner, Kimber Allen, and Tegan Durner. I need first, second, and third of every class to come back for the grand drive. I would like to thank the Laramie County Farm Bureau who sponsored our champion born and raised goat bunkle.
You want to talk about two powerful goats at the top of this class, man. These guys are just, and gals are just chock full of muscle down their top, big legs in them for darn sure. There are some differences, and I just like the balance, eye appeal, and symmetry of the weather that's going to go ahead and win this class. This one, talk about running uphill and extremely strong right behind this one's blades, ties into a big, long, wide, and square and deep loin edge. Nothing to take away from the one in second because the muscle is there. It's just a problem of we just give up a little bit too much look. We want to run downhill just a skosh, break behind that one's shoulders. And then when we set that gal in motion, she gets a little stiff and rigid off those hind wheels. For me, I'd like to see just a little more flex and give from hock to ground. But two power goats, guys. There's no doubt about that. You talk about one in third. That's another one that's long-bodied and tall-shouldered. For as long as tall as that one is, we need to make that one a lot more stouter, a lot more wider based at the ground. Probably could use just a little more look, tighten up that throat latch. Three nice goats, guys. Let's give them a nice hand.
Okay, results of class 2. Tegan Durner is first place with her by the crossbar goat. Second place is Lance Winkler with his by the crossbar goat. And third place is Juliet Mulhern with her by the crossbar goat. Coming in the ring now, we have Adeline Crowder, Sage Sterner, Bill Breton, Reagan Allen, Callie Rosner, Kimber Allen, and Tegan Durner. On deck, we have Kinley Snell, Haley Diaz, Kinley Snell, Ethan Breton, and Ryer Fairherm.
I really like this one to win, guys. Handles like a dream and travels like a dream as well. Reaches out with a long stride. Not the stoutest legged one out here. I'll give you that all day long of the trio that's out here. She's the smallest bone and smallest footed, but at the same time, guys, she just handles extremely firm right behind her top side of that one's shoulder. Just blows your hand up as you handle that one. Big loin underneath that one, and still yet a very attractive long thin neck that ties good. Good place to start for me at least. Congrats, son. The decision was between second and third, and ultimately I wanted to beat the one in second because that right behind that one's shoulder and its rack just didn't quite handle the best. It was just a little spongy for me. But man, those are big feet and legs underneath that one. That is a big top underneath that one, and then that neck shoots out a lot higher on the top side of that one's shoulder. It's a lot longer and thinner and tighter in its throat latch than the one in third that may be just a little stronger right behind that one's shoulder. So there was definitely some give and take between the two, but ultimately I think the one in third just gives up just a little look for me up through that one's front end and in that one's jaw line. Just a shot more bone compared to the one in second. Congratulations to that trio. The one I really wanted to like was in fourth. You go ahead and lead this one out, brother. You talk about tree trunks for legs and big timber, guys. That one has big timber underneath that one. Yeah, sure, it's furry-legged and shaggy as well, but that guy is stout. Man, you talk about a big forearm underneath that one. Really good looking. The top side of that skeleton is just a little disappointing for me. But man, if this isn't this one's endpoint, and we can get this one dialed in, and if we do get that one dialed in, that could be a real heater, guys, because that guy's got all the look, all the shag, foot, and bone you want. We work on the top side of that one's skeleton, brother. You got something. Congrats. The brown and white when they're out here, I love this one's rib shape. I love this one's depth of body. Just needs to shoot out just a little longer and thinner out of that one's neck. Doesn't quite handle the best. It looks like it's going to handle firm, but once my hand met that, just a little too soft for me. Another one that's tall-fronted and long-necked that needs to be stronger right behind that one's shoulder. Need to add just a little more leg to that one as well. Nice profiling doe here that comes and is going to round out and shut the gate in the class. We need more bone, foot, size. Congrats, son. More bone and foot and feature underneath that one. Muscle as well. Congratulations, guys. Interesting top four.
Results of Class 3. First place is Reagan Allen with her A5 livestock goat. Second place is Callie Rosner with her By the Crossboars goat. Third place is Cale Breton with KLB boar goats. Fourth place is Sage Durner with his By the Crossboar goat. Fifth place is Taken Durner with her Spy Club lambs and goats. Sixth place is Kimber Allen with her A5 livestock goat. And Adeline Crowder is seventh place with her Ryan Farrerherm goat. Coming in the ring now is Kinley Snell, Haley Diaz, Kinley Snell, Ethan Breton, and Ryan Farrerherm. Haley Diaz to the ring, please. Haley Diaz to the ring.
Well, Kinley's got first and second wrapped up here. Kinley, you could probably find a better goat showman than Tegan up here, but Tegan, thanks for your help anyway. But comparing these two guys, one of them is just a lot fresher and firmer today down the top line. One of them has more correct angle to this one's shoulder, which allows him to reach out with a longer stride off of his front end. One of them is longer necked and just simply more attractive, and that one, it combines all three. That's simply your class winner, guys, there. I'm going to give up just a little bit of rib shape because that's where the one in second does have an advantage. It's just a little bolder sprung than the one in first. Congrats, son. But again, like I said, just not quite as elevated, not quite as unique built up to that front 1/3. One that is unique built up to that one's front 1/3 is the one in third. Guys, this is a tall-shouldered, good-looking one that just needs more mass. And young man, once we get older and maybe a little more power behind that one, hopefully we can just learn to brace just a little bit stronger. Probably wouldn't have helped you out today. I still think you're third, but future reference, just brace just a little stronger. You'll be surprised how far you can move up. Congrats, my man. One in fourth, guys, the brown caped one, doe that comes out here really long and extended. With that extra length, though, we just need a shot more bone, foot, base width, and muscle on the top side of that one skeleton. Good class, guys. Let's give them a nice hand.
Results of that class: first place is Kinley Snell, second place Kinley Snell, third place Ethan Breton, and fourth place Ryan Fairherm. Coming in for our final class, Catalina Wolski, Callie Rosner, Hunter Mulkey with 2 entries. Then I need first, second, and third out of every class to come back for the final drive. From class run, we need Erin Brennick with her first place by the Cross Boars Goat, Tegan Durner with her Rising Sun Boar Goat, and Kale Breton with her KLB Boar Goat. Class 2, we need Tegan Durner with her BTC Boar Goat, Lance Winkler with his By the Cross Boar Goat, and Juliet Mulhern with her Landers Family Goat. Class 3, Reagan Allen with her A5 Livestock Goat, Callie Rosner with her By the Cross Boars Goat, and Kale Breton with her KLB Boar Goat. And finally, Class 4, we need Kinley Snell with her KLB Boar Goat, Kinley Snell with her KLB Boar Goat, and Ethan Breton with his KLB Boar Goat.
Well, 463, guys, brings us one that is ready to roll today. We're reading, 91 pounds. And I don't care how big a goat you bring me as long as they fit the criteria of whatever the show rules are. And still, if they're leaning at a heavier weight and still attractive and their maturity pattern reads right, you're going to have some success under me, at least when I'm behind the mic. And that one does that. He dominates the class in terms of leanness and muscle, base width, and still has an attractive attractive look. We'll probably go in a little more detail and in depth criticizing him once we get him out in championship drive. Really good one to start, guys. Of the remaining three, I think the one in second is the most attractive. I think it has the best skeleton. I think it transitions from neck to blade down this one's top line. The second best of any of the trio. All of them are just over conditioned and just have a little bit too much finish on them at this stage of the game. They're a little bit past 12 o'clock, a little bit past their prime, but some people say I'm also past my prime, so I'm not going to hold that against them too much. One and third, I love the depth of body. I love the rib shape of this one. Just a little too soft handling for me. Just didn't meet my hand with enough muscle shape laying down that one's top. Round out the class with the one that's the frailest constructed, narrow space, has enough look, just needs to change that one, mask that one up, add a shot more density as well. Congratulations, guys. Really good one to win on top.
Results of that final class: Kelly Rosner first place with her By the Crossbar goat. Second place, Catalina Walski with her Kale Breton goat. And Hunter Mulkey third and fourth with his Charlie Hastings goats. In our final drive, we have from Class 1, Erin Brennick with her By the Crossbar goat. In Class 2, we have Tegan Durner with her By the Crossbar goat. Class 3, we have Reagan Allen with her A5 livestock goat. Then we have, Class 4, Kinley Snell with her KLB boar goat. And we have Class 5, Callie Rosner with her By the Cross boar goat. We are going to have the Laramie County Farm Bureau hand out our Champion Born and Raised buckle. They are our sponsor for this evening. Thank you very much, Laramie County Farm Bureau.
Well, first of all, let's give all these exhibitors and all your county breeders a big round of applause, guys. This would beat a lot of county fairs by itself right here, and just to be a born and bred, that's great. That's showing something about the quality of livestock. And usually, if you have one species that's good in a county, usually you have several species that are good in a county. So I'm sure the hog, the steers, and whatever else you guys sheep and show here in this county, I'm sure that it's probably pretty strong. I got to pick two out of here, and starting with the Class 1 winner. I love the design of this doe, and we're going to judge them as markets today because that was the rules that they were given to me. So, some of these young ladies said this one's probably going to be in the doe show, and so if you don't get a piece of it today, good luck in your doe show or your weather show. A different judge, different day can be placed all different ways. So just take it with a grain of salt, just my opinion today. Hopefully, of what I tell you today, maybe we can change something and maybe brace a little stronger, brace a little differently, or show them just a skosh differently before we show them the next time. But the doe that leads off, guys, is extreme. I love this one's pattern. I think this one can be way, way good at a heavier weight. Probably gets out horsed just a little bit today because we got some bigger, good ones up here. But man, this is a high quality doe. There's no doubt about that. The black-headed wether there in second. I love the fact that this one runs uphill, probably as strong right behind this one's shoulder as any of them. Maybe wants to taper from hooks to pins just a little bit on the base of that tail. We could widen that one out when we view that one from the rear end. Does that one have enough power and substance and just overall weight today compared to the three big boys and gals behind him? The three doe, the doe that won that third class, I love this one's handle. There's no doubt about that. She handles extremely good. Good in this one's skeleton. Super attractive. Does she have enough bone and does she have enough foot size for me today to go ahead and use her? That's yet to be determined. 1 in 4th does have monster feet and monster legs underneath him. He doesn't handle the best. Right now, he's just a little too soft for me. Maybe you need to change your brace and just be a little more aggressive, okay, when it comes down to in that market show. So when the judge does handle him, you're getting all out of him that you can, okay? He probably gets just a little thicker at the base of his neck, maybe starting to shoot that chest out just a skosh as well. We could tidy him up there, but that's a very good one in the win Class 4. One wins Class 5, obviously, 90, 91 pounds there, but still handles extremely firm and fresh and bloomy down this one's top. Big enough feet and legs that match. Everything balances up good. Everything transitions extremely good. Is that one too big? Is that one fit my weight window for a goat show? That's yet to be determined as well. Congratulations, guys. I'm sure you got your champions. I'll go show you mine. Let's give them one more nice round of applause.
Your champion bred and fed goat, exhibited by Callie Rosner and bred by the Cross Boars. Your reserve champion goat, exhibited by Reagan Allen, bred by A5 Livestock. And your third place overall goat, exhibited by Kinley Snell, bred by Kelby Boar Goats.